Well, could your teen be headed to jail for what many consider teenage flirting? It is called sexting. Teens taking nude or semi-nude photos of themselves and sending them to other teens. In Greensburg, Pennsylvania, girls and boys, and 3 boys, I should say, were slapped with child porn charges after those girls sent the boys racy pictures of themselves. They could now be treated as sex offenders, forced to register. And it is happening more and more in more places across this country. So is that right? Joining us now is Fox News legal analyst and former prosecutor Kimberly Guilfoyle. Hi, Kimberly.
Good morning, Megan.
You know, this is like back in the day, right, when we were kids.
Yeah.
This isn't exactly, I don't remember any trend along these lines. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
I do, however, remember peer pressure from boys to do things that, you know, most girls didn't want to do. And hopefully you've been raised right and you say no.
Right.
That's the problem here, is that a lot of these girls get peer pressured into doing it, and then they get arrested?
It's really a problem. This isn't really what we intended when you're thinking of child pornography laws, obscenity laws, charging these kids with these crimes. I believe, and I'm about as hardcore as a prosecutor as you can get, is an abuse, I believe, of prosecutorial discretion. This isn't the way to get the message across. Of course you want children to think. You want them to think about the consequences of their actions because they do not have the benefit of life experience to understand that there are far-reaching consequences for their lives, that these photos can get in the hands of the wrong people. And first of all, they shouldn't be doing it. Whatever happened to some of these girls going back to like Miss Manners classes and learning that it's not appropriate or a good thing to send naked photos of yourself to any of your classmates? Unfortunately, this is happening across the country, and all of the states are dealing with it in a very similar fashion, charging these kids with felonies. And if you have to register as a sex offender, that is a lifetime registration requirement, and it is another felony if you fail to re-register and update your address if you move from one location to the next. This is very, very serious. You will be viewed when you go for future employment or go to apply to college. You could be looked at as a sex offender or a predator.
You'll be treated like a leper, essentially, because you've sent one semi-nude photo of yourself to a boy in your class, which, you know, obviously we're not condoning, but the response is getting extreme. I mean, and as you point out, it's happening across the country. Ohio, Indiana, Pennsylvania, and on and on. We looked it up for the segment. But Kimberly, let me ask you this, because the cops in this case in Pennsylvania in particular said, look, we know it's extreme. We are trying to teach these kids a message. We're going to make examples out of these kids so nobody else will do this. They think it will be a deterrent on the other children from actually doing it. What do you think? I
think that they're going too far, that they are well-intentioned and something definitely needs to be done about it. But how about education in the classroom? And how about a little good old-fashioned parenting? Okay, this begins at home, and there are devices that parents can use, like Websafety Incorporated has a website. You can go on there and monitor your child's computer and cell phone use, check their text messages. Well, it'll alert you if they have certain terms or inappropriate language in there. And also, how about picking up your kid's phone and taking a look at some of the photos? And if this happens and you receive something that's unintended, you didn't ask for it, you could still be charged with a felony. So guess what? Delete it. Delete it immediately.
As you're speaking, I got a text message on my cell phone.
I didn't send you a photo.
And I'm just saying, I don't know what's on here. But listen, Kimberly, I think you agree with me. Listen, as a message to young girls, just don't do it. It's more titillating not to show than to show. Am I wrong?
I'm absolutely right. It's worked for us.
All right. I got to check this immediately. Thanks, Kimberly.
Take care.
See ya.
Everybody got the red memo, right? Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, everyone cares.
Yeah, everyone cares.